just moving my dog. Oh, it's okay. Okay, we're gonna. You can only see half of my screen. Let me see what I can do about that. I think I'll make that smaller. Because I think this happened last time. Let's make this smaller. And then go upwards. There we go. That should work. Okay, now you should be able to see all my screen, maybe. Give it a second to like load. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait to confirm that you can, and then we'll continue. I can kind of see stuff happening. Okay. I'm actually just going to start because I'm waiting for the stream to catch up with where. Oh, there we go. I can see it. Cool. Okay, let's go. So basically, we're going to do lesson one of Pocket Japanese. You can find lesson one on the Pocket Japanese app if you want to go for it on your own time or if you want to do any of the games. This is just to show you how to use it. Just as a note, so I kind of don't mind the homepage at the moment. I think it looks really, really cute, but I do get that it's kind of confusing. What you're looking for mainly is the course button, because that's what's going to take you to this. Again, I'm not sure like whether I love how this looks right now. I like it. I like the idea of it, but it might look a bit confusing and overwhelming to someone who doesn't know what you're looking for. So at the top of these books, we have the numbers in Japanese. And we're actually going to be doing the numbers in Japanese today. It's one of the first lessons we do, so hopefully you learn them quite quickly. Let's go. Okay, so each lesson on Pocket Japanese, you start with hiragana, or when you've done the first 10 hiragana, we move to katakana. So we're going to click hiragana, and we get this nice little pop-up message that says how to use hiragana lessons, just to kind of explain it to you very, very quickly. So we studied two new rows of the hiragana chart for each chapter during chapters 1 to 10, just to kind of like get through it. To be honest, there's like I think after lesson 6 we do like more than two, and then like it kind of muddles up a tiny bit, but generally it's going to be 2 rows of the hiragana chart. Remember to grab a pen and paper and practice your writing. So the reason I write down there is because I think it's one of the most important things, I guess is the word, for practicing Japanese, is to be able to write them by hand. And it also really, really helps with studying to be able to write them by hand. So yeah, that's basically what I mean by that. Got it. Okay, and then we have these, like, we have the same note up here, sorry. So in lessons 1 to 10, we study hiragana and katakana in lessons 11 to 20. The first note is basically in case you like press a different hiragana page, like it will pop up like for your first page. Most hiragana study sessions start with 2 new rows of the hiragana chart. When learning hiragana, I think you should be, yeah, you can click those as well if you can't read the word hiragana. So most things on the app are toggleable, is the only way I can describe it. So you can toggle it, you can click it and it will toggle between the language. There you go. When learning hiragana, new words, or Japanese in general, one of the best methods is for writing things down if you are able to, over and over and over and over until it's stuck in your head. So grab a pen and paper and start studying. I actually struggle to do this because my hands just really, really hurt when I write. So after a while, like I just my voice is going, but like I just can't like write for long times, and it's really sad because I would actually really love to just be able to like write things and write things. And like my friends who all do really, really well in like studying languages, They literally just sit there and like they'll sit there at a cafe or something, they'll have their little coffee and they will write the same word or they'll write the same character like a million times. So when I say like I have seen people do this method. It's maybe not the most fun. Put some music in, even put a TV show on in the background or something, just whatever it takes for you to be like, okay, I can sit there and write words for characters or whatever you're trying to practice for like the next half an hour, the next hour. Do it and just write and write and write. If you don't have a pen and paper, I actually have a feature on here that lets you write. So if you click the little pen at the corner of a flashcard, you get these little flashcards here and you can write on them. So 1, 2, 3. It has the stroke order up on the right hand side. It also has a little undo button up here and it has the character so you can see it like multiple times. So yeah, 1, 2, 3. We also have the character in multiple fonts. So the GIF is a different font to the. This actually looks terrible. I've just seen what I've drawn. But the GIF is a different font to the one that you trace. And you can do it multiple times. So you can go to number 2. And if you've only done one stroke or you've done the wrong amount of strokes, it will only appear as orange. So that one's left as orange. Whereas if you do the right amount of strokes, it will go green. So you can move on. I think no. Okay, maybe I didn't add that in. Eventually, I'm going to put something in so that like 9 and 10 don't appear. What's the word? So you actually don't have anything to trace. You have to practice doing it on your own. But apparently, I haven't added that in. I thought I have, but I also broke this game like multiple times. So yeah. Anyway, let's go on to E. Because why not? E. 1, 2. Next one. 1, 2. Next one. 1, 2. Next one. 1, 2. Okay, let's go on. Ooh, you can also click the audio to hear these.
う、
Ooh. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Next one.
え、
Eh. Trying to like copy voice. Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Sorry if you can hear my dog. 1, 2. 1, 2. Don't worry about getting it perfect. Either just like, especially if you're on this lesson, you're a beginner, just get it as close to as you can. And oh.
お、
1, 2. 1, 2. We're actually gonna stop there because I think we're gonna get a little bit bored. So ka 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
き、
Ki 1, 2, 3. This one should actually be 4 strokes. So glad we're doing this because I've noticed that. So you can see in the GIF version, it's broken up into 4 strokes. There's maybe a little gap there. So usually when it's handwritten, there's a little gap. It's actually not the end of the world. You can do it like this, but I think my teacher would absolutely murder me because she loved to have the little gap in there. It was just like back in the day when they were written with paintbrushes, I guess. It was just like that was where one ended, and then you do the final flick around there. Ku
く、
1, 2. Ke 1, 2, 3. Do pay attention to the stroke order. It is important.
け、
I hate that it's important as well, but it does make learning other characters in the future easier.
こ、
1, 2. This is one where my teacher used to always yell at me and be like, "You've written it wrong. That's not how you write it." I think I used to just go like that or something. I don't know. She got she I feel like whatever I wrote, she was like, "That is not right." So I think she wanted it more like that. But as long as you have something like that, we're good. We are good. Anyway, let's move on. At the bottom here, you will have four games. This is actually going to change in the new update. And I could get the new update up, but I am not going to because I that would mean doing things on my computer right now, and I just don't want to do that. However, this is going to it's going to be the same games. They just look better, in my opinion. They have their own page, etc. So whatever. Tap the hiragana in the order they appear on the hiragana chart. So this basically means that we are. 1 minute. Can I double stream this? I've just realized. Okay, just show everyone everything. Um, I think I can. Can I stream my? No, I can't because I would have to. I can't stream my screen, I don't think. Can I stream my screen? Magical moments with streaming software designed specifically for TikTok live stream key. Sorry. Oh gosh, you can see me. No. Hello. Get live. Mobile gaming. Go live. What happens if I just do that? Confirm. Okay, let's like not do all of this actually right now. Anyway, that was fun. Okay, cool. So basically to do sorry if anyone's joining now, I'm like looking at the whatchamacallit. But yeah, okay. Um so this is the sequence game. Basically, oh, time is up. Let's go back. So this is a sequence game. Basically, you need to click it in the right order before the time runs out. Keep in mind, not we've not got a full row here. You've not got a, I, u, e, o. So we need to think a,
あ、
I, u, e, o,
お、
ka, ki,
き、
ku, ke, ko.
こ、
A, I, u, e, o, ka,
か、
ki,
き、
ku,
く、
ko.
こ。
And you're basically aiming to get a score of 20. We're at 2, and you have 20 seconds each time. Romaji game. Click the Romaji. Nice and easy.
き、
Ki.
け、
Ke. Nice and easy. I don't know why I'm saying it after. And you want to get 20 in 1 minute. I know putting the timer stresses some people out, but I also think it's kind of important to be able to do it at a good, like if it's taking you half an hour to do maybe just 20 of the, not it would take, I mean it probably wouldn't take half an hour. um you probably shouldn't be moving on to the next like step of like the next stages, so that's why I've got the timer on there. Listening.
え、え、え、か、う、
Cool. So you just
え、
click what you hear, nice and easy. Typing. So on this one, we've got only, so generally only words we're going to learn in this course. However, for the katakana ones, it was harder to just use words that we're going to learn on the course because like there's less katakana for
上、
beginners.
行く、
You
赤、
can also type in romaji. No, you can't. No, you can't because this is a hiragana practice. What am I on about? Word list. Each chapter you'll have a list of 14 words to study. Studying the vocab will make the corresponding lesson much easier. It's tempting to skip words you feel you won't need use much. As in, I did that and it was really stupid. If your goal is fluency, you need to learn all the words. Skipping words will eventually catch up to you. If 14 words sounds like super easy, you can aim for multiple chapters a week. It's a lot. If it's a lot, aim for a chapter every week or two to give yourself ample study time. Don't feel bad for choosing a slower pace. We cover a lot of kanji and grammar in the course, so choosing a sustainable pace is always the best option. Learning vocab is often a case of repetition, hearing it, writing it, saying it repeatedly. I can't make the process faster, but I can try to make it more interesting with a few games. So each chapter you have 14 words to learn. Ta-da. That is not 14. I never noticed that. Okay, cool. Never mind. We have an error on chapter 1. I'll fix that because I'm going to release a new version in like the next week or two anyway. So, yeah, basically, when I do these, I'm doing it for me as well to find any mistakes. Um, so, we have in the little corner here, we have a little picture, and ideally, eventually, we're going to have pictures for like absolutely everything. So, that's why we have these little sushi in the corner. However, it takes me absolutely ages to make these. And I realized it wasn't a priority, unfortunately. So they're not everywhere yet. But that's what the little box is for, is for pictures. You can press this to see the romaji of the words. You can listen to the
10、
words.
10、
And you can use this little like arrow button to see like a sentence of the words. So 10-1は9, 10 minus 1 equals 9. That's what we're going to be doing in this lesson anyway, so don't worry if you're like, what? How was I going to know that? Down here, you can type the words in hiragana. So for example, 7 is going to be
な、な、
nana. 9 is going to be
き、う、9、
or you can do it in romaji if you're not confident with hiragana.
さ、ん、
3、
Cool. We have a word search game up here. You can choose romaji or hiragana. However, I think lessons 1 to 5 only allow for romaji. So yeah, enjoy. I need to fix that board at some point, but apparently that is not today. Okay, so basically it's like any other word search. You're just looking for the words. I believe if you find something like ni, it actually comes up with all the examples. So there you go. If you click the word that you're looking for, it'll show you the English. So for example, 8 if you just didn't know what the word meant. And yeah, nice and easy. Have fun. Connect. This is one of my favorite because it's just kind of cute. You're playing against her, so you can press the information button. How to play, answer the questions at the bottom. Oh, so I actually changed this game a bit. It's no longer answer the bottom, like the questions at the bottom of the page. It's now you click the button and it'll make the question appear. So for example, Q. Will it let you?
Q.
There you go. Yeah, it lets you do it in Romaji. And you're basically trying to make a row of 5 against her. We're doing this again. This is not how I'd actually play, but ooh. I think you have 2 chances to answer
8、
correctly. So for example, if I type, she gets her go again. And we also have matching pairs. I also like this game.
に、に、
You match the pairs, you have a certain amount of lives. Maybe I'll add something like just a cute. I know I did make a cute image for this one, but it didn't suit the page. Cool. Okay, anyway, word list. Ichi,
1、
1.
1、
に、に、
2. So ni is 2. A lot of people like to think of it as I have an ichi ni. I have an itchy knee.
3、3、
If you know like any other like Korean, Chinese, they all have san or sam or something similar as 3. I guess it has 3 letters in, makes it nice and easy.
4、4、4、4、
So this one can be yon or she. I actually explained that in the lesson, so we're not gonna spend loads of time right now explaining it.
5、5、
So 5 is go,
6、6、
6 is roku,
7、7、7、
if I got it this way,
7、
sorry. 7 is shichi or nana. It's the exact same as yon and she. We'll explain it in a bit.
8、8、
Hachi is 8,
9、9、
Q is 9,
10、10、
and Ju is 10. We are going to add some extra words to this. So we're going to also have hiku, which is minus. Don't worry, we'll show these words in a minute. Tasu, which is plus, and wa, which is equals, as well as hyaku, which is 100. But we'll see these words in a bit. Each lesson we learn 3 kanji, except this lesson where we just go full on and we learn like 11 or something. So, yeah. Okay, so our first kanji would be ichi. We're not going to study these. Kanji definitely need to be studied on your own. No, that's a lie, but they need like their own lesson, in my opinion. We're not going to spend loads of time doing that right now. Ni, san, 3, 4, yon, or go moshi, 5, go, 6, roku, 7, nana or shichi, 8, hachi, 9, kyu, 10, ju, 100, hyaku. So now when we go to here, you can see where those numbers come from. Ta-da! Again, you can go on the app and you can actually play games for this, so you can do that. We also have a little game at the bottom here, which means 8, which means 4, and the kanji game, which is more of a kanji quiz. Counting to 10, woo! Okay, so counting numbers 1 to 10. Let's look at how you count from 1 to 10 in Japanese.
1、
Ichi, 1. We've kind of just done this.
2、
Ni is 2.
3、
San is 3. That one doesn't work.
5、
Go is 4.
6、
Roku is 5. That one also obviously does not work.
8、
Hachi is 6. Let me actually start writing down the mistakes. Da-da-da. Okay, so lesson 1 word list is only to 10. Lesson 1 counting to 10. No audio on yon/she. Cool.
Q,
Q. No, I actually don't know where we got to. Roku.
6、
Nana. Yeah, we did those. Hachi.
8、
Q.
9、
Ju.
10、
Tap the hiragana to show hide the romaji. Cool. Nice and fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're also gonna like make it so it always says JYU. Okay, you may notice 4 and 7 have 2 readings. In Japanese, the sound shi is associated with death, so Japanese people consider shi and shichi unlucky numbers. Shichi also sounds quite similar to hachi, so using nana avoids this problem, I guess. Japanese has 2 counting systems, which is where yon and nana originate from. Ichi ni san is the most common and is sino. I always forget which one. Sino? Si. I'm gonna go with sino. Sino Japanese, meaning it originated from China. Hito futa mi is the native Japanese, meaning it originated in Japan. We learn this around lesson 10. Native numbers are less common, but are used to count items such as I'd like free ramen. So 4 and 7 sometimes borrow their native Japanese readings in situations that should use Sino-Japanese. The good news is that All other numbers will stick to the rules. You just need to keep an eye out for 4 and 7. For now, we're focusing on Sino-Japanese. We'll introduce native numbers later. Generally, when counting, you're going to use yon and nana. For example, math equations, age, just that's the usual, the norm. Okay, this game here is a listening game,
6、
and it's basically for also learning the kanji.
6、100、100、
Me taking ages to do my own game.
9、
But yeah, we're not going to go all the way through that. You can play that game if you would like to in your own time on the app. Kanji Sudoku, I actually forgot I made this, but it's kind of cute. So yeah, I might actually add other levels to this, but this was just like a fun other way to learn the kanji. You can type them in however you want. So for example, if I type in ichi, it will become that. If I type in ichi, it'll become that. If I type in ichi, it'll become that. If I type in something that you can't type, it just goes like, no, what on earth is that? So you can play the kanji Sudoku on the app whenever you fancy. Counting to 100. Hey, guess what? You only need 11 words. You only need to know 11 words to count to 100. So 11 to 19. Combine 10 with the appropriate single-digit number as demonstrated below. So for example, 10 and 2 equals 12. 10 and 3 equals 13. And then you've got this little game you can play whenever you fancy. So 10 and 6, so 10 and 6 equals 16. I think it's the same one again. Okay, so 10 and 9 equals 19. So 10 and Q equals 19. 10 and 4, so 10 and 4 equals 14. And when we're counting, we generally use yon. So 10 and yon, not juicy. Anyway, I need to, oh yeah, it's obvious, there's that little thing below it. Okay, the tens. 20 is 2 tens, so we follow this pattern. 10 alone is just 10, not ichi 10, just to let you know. So anyway, 5 and 10, go, 10. 1 and 10, 10. 5 and 10, go, 10. 3 and 10, 3, 10. 2 tens, 2, 10. 7 tens, 7, 10. 7 tens, 7, 10. 5 tens again, 5, 10. 7 tens, 7, 10. And so on. And now combined. So we're just going to combine everything we just learned. Ni, 2 tens, 10, and then 3. Oh wait, why am I'm doing an example for some reason. 2 tens and 3, 5 tens and 7, 5 tens, 5, 10, and 1, 1, 4 tens, 4, 10, and 6, 6, 8 tens, 8, 10, and 1, 1. So yeah, we're not going to do all of these. You're welcome to go on the app and play around with it. It is free. It's a free page, so enjoy it. If you can't quite get it right, you can start by using the chart below to practice. Just follow the chart along from tens to zeros. For example, 85 is 8, 10, and then go. So the tens, 8, 10.
8、8、
10、
5、8、
10、
5、
2、10、2、
So if I wanted to say something like 44,
4、10、4、
I just follow this little chart along. I find the 4s, the 10s, and yeah. Let's test your knowledge. So is this Kyuju or Jukyu? This is mainly because like a lot of people struggle with like the teens versus the 10s. This one, the 10 is first, so Jukyu. Okay, and it's frozen.
19、
We love that. Okay.
19、
30, Sanju. Okay, I am going to play around with this game a bit more and fix that
30、
because that should not be pausing so much. Pause on teens versus tens game. Okay, math. Everyone likes some maths. Learning is easier with when it's practical. So let's learn some maths terms. Tasu
足す、
plus hiku
引く、
minus wa.
は、
Wa uses the ha hiragana but is pronounced wa. There's very few examples of this, but this is one of them, I guess. Okay, we then have a grammar box. You can always bookmark grammar boxes. If you want to come back to it, you can find it in your bookmarks. Ta-da! So yeah, if it's something important you want to study later, there you go. Okay, so basically what we're doing here is we're going to type the sum you see in hiragana or romaji. Or if the romaji is displayed, type the sum. So you can click the hint button to see what you need to type. 3 tasu 7 wa 10. Just in case you find it hard. 3 tasu 7 wa 10. Okay, so we want to type 37 minus 18 equals 19. 37 hiku 18 wa 19. There we go. You can type it in hiragana as well. So, oh, this one you can't. So, 45. So, 4, 10, 5, 45. Minus, hiku equals minus, 14. So, 10, 4, 14 equals 3, 10, 1, 31. Cool. Okay, we're going to call it there for today because my throat is beginning to hurt. So yeah, thank you everyone who came and watched, and yeah, see you next time.